Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. Whatever you lose, it's not what you are. And when you have this idea, it brings other ideas like how to abide there, how to maintain that, how to keep it, how to be all the time there. So you just forget about that, because these are the preoccupations of the owner of what is lost or what is gained. And that's what you are not. So the problems are very reduced now. The seeker, when one takes himself for a seeker or a non-seeker, is just too much, and that's why it gives so much activity. There is so much activity in the mind. So don't take yourself for a seeker or for a no-seeker. Don't go into any talk with the mind. Let the mind talk, but don't be so keen to know what he will tell you. About from where it arises. Any question about that? Any question about your journey or search, if there is any? You have to solve it, so ask. I will not impose you any trouble, so yeah. Hi.
Hi, Ganga. Hi. I had a bad time.
I'm sorry.
And then I was in Frankfurt, and then afterwards I had a good time, and I could let go the past, and then my brother relations came back. My brother, my parents, one of my best friends, and my wife also dead. My kids.
It's a full life cycle, yeah?
Yeah. And I could see a lot where I was not honest.
Wow, again. Okay. Honest.
And so I could let go the past.
You let go the past.
Yeah, I could let go the past, because I saw there was a lot of anger, and so, and all the movies, anger management, and so did not help. But now I could let it go. then I felt really very good and had a perspective. I didn't felt like staying at the wall. And yesterday I was at the satsang, and then I was confused because I felt so free before. And now I'm just happy being here again, and yeah, and I don't know, was this just body-mind journey, and
Then
Yeah.
what else?
huh?
What else?
Yeah, what else? Yeah.
Whatever we experience in the life is the journey
Yeah.
of a personal life.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And now
Because it's also a good style of life to let go of the past. But you see, as a style of life, it's never radical. It's sometimes you let go and then sometimes it appears again and then you say, oh no, I'm no more into that loving space or good space.
Yes.
That is typical of the life, no?
Yes.
Duality, it is called, duality, and that will not change. That's why you see in satsang, there is trying to indicate something where you cannot stop at something. Because wherever you stop is your personal life.
Yeah.
You see? So it indicates from where all this personal life is even conceived. And that's we indicate as you are that, which is common to all, which is not dual. So, and you are, it's available, it's always there, but as a person we veil it by preferring experiences and so on. So where are we left now? Yeah, so it's what I said in the beginning. Your good state, you lost it.
Yes.
And the fault was satsang. But you lost it. So it was a state, obviously.
Yeah, but now it's so because something is always there, and
What? What is always there?
what is always there is that yeah, maybe me, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But it's a me common to all.
This me is common to all, yes, I guess, yeah.
Make it sure.
Yeah.
Otherwise you will lose me again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I indicate. I cannot indicate something else. All the rest you see, or take care of yourself, or go to therapist, or do something.
Yeah.
This I don't know. I don't care about the rest. Because I know that it's duality. And in duality, yeah, you can try to be better and so on. Why not? And of course, why not? But it will go on changing anyway. You will lose. And always what you attain may be there for some times. And then again something will come to trouble. Then you take another way to try to pacify all those things. So why not also? But know that that's the creation, huh? That's the expression of what is, and you cannot do much about it.
But also in my shittiest time, then was something which was just straight and just didn't to care about everything and was just there.
Okay. Then why did you take care of something else?
I don't know, maybe...
Oh, you can take care, but don't confuse.
Yeah, I confuse myself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I confuse...
You can, of course, one can take care of this person and the other person and all that, but know that this is the creation.
Mm-hmm.
This is the duality, and you come to satsang to know what's real, let's say. Hmm? So you have to first realize what's real, and then all the rest will automatically, according to, we can say, your destiny of this birth, will show up anyway, will display itself. But then you will know that even if you look like controlling, deciding and all that, deeply down you know that it's also not true.
Yeah.
So there will be no search about your real self, at least. It's a big thing.
So, but I see, so the person is still happy and likes, oh, okay, now this, I have more perspective and so, but something is always there and this is unchangeable.
Then give value to that also. Give full value to that. So it means you don't search anymore who you are, but you would like to search to have a better life. Okay? But at least you don't search who you are. It's very valuable, don't you think so?
Yes, I think so, yeah. But still confusing, because this which is unchangeable is quite relaxed, and I don't know, it's I don't know. It's I mean, it's the mind who starts to...
Yeah. It tries to catch something and it can't.
Yeah.
So what do you want?
I don't know.
You want to be clear about what?
Yes,
or
I sure.
about what?
I want to be... yes, I want to be clear.
About what?
Yeah, who wants to be clear?
No, I don't ask you that question. You want to be clear about what?
Yeah, if this, which is so... which is always there, if this is me.
I mean that exactly when I say you are that.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you to take back the doubt or not. And you know, a doubt is the mind, and the mind will always doubt or be clear about it, but you don't depend on that. I am that. And all the rest, solved, not solved, that's the way one lives. Huh? But at least the anxiety to search the know yourself of Socrates or of Buddhas is not solved in the mind, but it's solved. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank to be freed from your mind.
So is this, because if it's a moment like this, then there is also no thank you.
Yes.
And then the mind comes and then I go, oh, I have to thank Ganga.
You do whatever you like, but
If
it
there is
doesn't mean
nothing-
anything, okay?
Huh?
You do whatever you like, but it doesn't mean much. I also think all the time, if I think of being free from the search. But who cares about the answer of someone? Yes, you want to.
Yes, I just feel I want to speak something to you. Um, 2 years now I met you 2 years ago, and I trusted you immediately, and you know, I never knew that I needed any master, and what I want to ultimately say to you is that I have never trusted anyone in my life. And people said to me then, and I've been saying kind of an idiom, that near master, all kinds of things come up. And I didn't pay attention too much to this saying because it seems a bit like a belief, and anyways, all kinds of things have come up all my life. But now, this during this, let's say, past month, I've been in big emotional turbulence, and it's causing like addictions, obsessions, ugly things. I've been battling with eating disorder since I was a child, and this is horrible. Or I know also I've done my therapies, and I know that ultimately all these are to hide the somehow unsaid insecurity feeling, which I already experienced from I don't know when, early. And I know also that this is the play of the mind, you know, it's just somehow in my history and so on. But I also very much would like to get rid of this because it seems so unnecessary suffering. And just because I know that, okay, I don't go back to therapy, there is no need for that. And I also know that maybe you can break the codes of just bringing light to this. So this is what I just wanted to kind of give it away, tell that this is what I'm hiding. I'm fucking hiding a big insecure experience, which is so shameful somehow.
No,
Yeah,
you say
but
so.
yeah,
Nobody
it is
finds
not.
a shame there. No. It is human. The human is born with anxiety because he knows he will die. So don't be shameful. I mean, this is too much. You know, that's why it depends on your search. If you don't go into therapy, if you don't go into something with practice, if you come means to satsang, satsang wants you to focus on what is unfocusable, but at least whatever you can focus, it's not who you are. So if you take this path, no path. If you take this indication, I would not take care of the rest. Because you see, it needs to be obvious to you, and so to remove the deep anxiety of the human being, which is common to all human beings.
Yeah.
I would really apply the indication given by satsang. Be busy to really realize your real nature, the real nature, which is there anyway, you know. And know that all the rest is not into your control. It is concerning the form, of course, but then develop more love, more know that it's so valuable to know who I am in reality. So all the rest somehow, of course, will show up, but maybe it will show up without leaving a trace.
Yeah, but Ganga, I know I'm none of that. I
Yeah.
know it.
Okay, but then give more value to that. In that way, be vigilant.
Yeah.
You see, give more value to that. Know that it is so precious. Why should I go again to the rest? I dedicate so much of my trust and energy towards to realize who I am. Why should I be distracted too much by the rest? You have to value that. And of course you cannot help, things will happen. Of course things happen. But
Yes, because why it somehow shocked me is that this is really shameful to say, but like when I'm having my 5th bowl of muesli and I am not hungry at all, but it's just that because it gets some, so I'm like in some kind of an ocean stream where I mean my ration says that fuck, lopeta, so stop it, and you know, but I'm as a human being, I'm in a weird cave in that, or
but I don't speak of the human being.
Yes, in that moment, how do I stop? I just like.
But how do you stop anything?
By stopping.
Exactly. Exactly, my dear. And don't stop at the one who suddenly don't eat. Stop to hook at your mind. To hook at the one who has a mind. Hmm? shall speak in general or to you?
To me.
Already that question is a question of someone who wants to be vigilant. It's a vigilant question about vigilance. Means you know very well that one can be taken very easily into this habit to follow the mind. And when I say mind, I include everything which is describable. And you know also that it brings a vicious circle. By now, you must know that. Dead ends it brings. No real peace it brings, no real happiness. Momentary peace, momentary happiness. But it leaves you always in big frustration, big unsatisfaction. So vigilant is, oh, I know myself. I don't know what it means. I know myself. I'm not going there. I am not entering there. Even for a split second, you see. It doesn't matter, but that split second is valued. It's very precious. So it's up to you to understand, to have this wisdom, to be vigilant. It has been a question wherever I go, because it looks like a work in duality. So that is paradoxal, and I got a beautiful story. I will tell the story. I'm not good storyteller, yet I will tell. There are those three gods. You are Westerners, I know, but it exists. There are three gods, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu. And they are all enlightened. They believe so, and they are gods after all. And they chat about the subject. And Shiva and Brahma say, we are really, there's a value to say to be vigilant. And Vishnu said, vigilant, what for? I mean, once you know who you are, I can never lose it. What's this? Yeah. And Brahma and Vishnu do like this, and they transform Vishnu into a pig. She-pig. So Sue in Lucknow, a black she-pig in Lucknow. Soon she gets piglets. And she's very happy, and she, good sucking. She walks in Lucknow, so many piglets, everybody, oh, beautiful, you did it. Anyway, one piglet gets hurt by a car, one this, that, everybody dies. She, Piggy, is very sad. And on top of it now, a butcher comes to her and then, crack! Help! Help! At that very moment, from that form, Vishnu appears. Oh my God, I understand why you said to be vigilant. Papaji said, up to the last breath, be vigilant. Everybody's puzzled with that. Remember the three gods, the she-piggy. And we know we have another story, also very beautiful. Krishna and his disciple, who by then is enlightened too, but still he serves Krishna because he's a master and still alive. They go in the forest, they are tired. Krishna is resting at the shade of a tree, and then he tells his disciple, that's the Lota, bring some water please. And the river is nearby. You know very well that story. The disciple goes, and he was in the middle to put the pot in the river to pick the water, and suddenly in his dream, but he believed it was true, he sees a beautiful girl on the same side bank, and so on. He makes a full life, and then also drama, and he loses everything, family, children, and he is there completely miserable, and he wakes up and says, oh my God, what a dream. And quickly, it lasted a minute, he went back to Krishna. We didn't say anything because it was the time, normal time to go and to come back. But he looked at his disciple with a smile. And he was safe, he was enough intelligent, he was vigilant to still serve his master, to remind him, to wake him up. But you can have your own master inside, of course. So be vigilant, sure, be vigilant, because it's not a fixed state. Oh no, I'm enlightened, fixed state. No. And at the same time, it has nothing to do with going and coming. So don't try to solve that paradox, but just be clever, be vigilant. Yeah. Of course, often after you lost all that search and the belief you are a seeker and so on, you have a few years of quite ecstatic, unshakable something, but it will go. It will go. So, and then people who are not vigilant, they take sideways. They make something out of this. So be vigilant.
This was a very lucky disciple because he still could go to his master. What to do when the master is not there in the
We will see. I never felt so when I was in Belgium for 3 years without meeting my master. I never had this idea that he was away. And that was surely a lot due to the company I kept for some time. But you all had that, no? You all had that company. Don't worry, that is the mind, it's fucking mind, already beforehand trying to play. Don't go there. You have to trust. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
We was yesterday talking about the searching stuff, and concepts around. Somehow I don't search anymore, but this somehow is already too much. And it's some, to get a little bit clear, because completely there, I have to think there are many concepts around this already, about the searching. And the searching is the same like realizing myself already, or is the searching, stopping searching, something completely else?
If you ask this question, it means there is something wrong.
Yes, of course, that's the reason why I ask.
Yeah, so it's clear, the answer is clear. So your non-searching is a state of someone. Otherwise you would not ask this question. Who is there to ask this question when you are what is? When it's obvious to you?
I'm not sure this is obvious.
But that's what I say.
Okay,
So your non-search is a state of the old seeker with the search? No, because he has some knowledge, experiences, he doesn't search, he knows. What can you search? It's foolish to search somewhere, you know. But you are still there.
Okay.
That's why...
In the searching, you mean?
Search or no search, but there is I too much. That's why you can ask this question. So, there is only that which has to be seen as nothing. Only that. Why should you believe anything of the mind? Why? And if you do it, it's because it's not yet obvious to you.
But mostly, I don't believe it.
Yeah, but it is very uncompromising. It has to be maybe more even than 100%. Not 99.9 would not do. Yes.
How do you distinguish between those moments in which you need to do something as a person, you need to perform something, you need to take the bus, you need to cook a dish, or the things that you need to be vigilant with?
Vigilant?
Yeah. Because I go from with the person. I go from one extreme to the other one.
But-
Why try to do everything? Why try not to do nothing? It's like I have to take the bus. This is the mind, the body, mind. I don't take the bus. Shit, I should have taken the bus. I don't know if I make myself understood.
Yeah, it's me who have to understand. How to be vigilant. But if you have the sensation or the experience, oh, I'm losing myself, because you confuse yourself for an action or something, then surely you have to be vigilant in the sense, but who losing what, or who is losing what, or putting things into place. Oh, I mean, I speak about the person, I'm not that only. So, I mean, that the vigilance, you don't need to have a life of vigilance, but sometimes you see it's more than simply taking a bus. You get a drama, something, or some, and suddenly you wake up and say, oh, where I am. And you know that is a blessed moment of vigilance. Oh, you know, I'm not going there just now. I've seen, or I know it is this movie or dream. I would say that is vigilance.
I don't know. I think I doing self-inquiry. I've gone to a place in which I'm still in the eye, and I'm capable to make some decisions on basic things and of course big things. Because it's like everything is in the
But you
middle
have
of the
not
eye.
realized yourself, or
Sorry?
have you realized yourself or not?
No,
Even
not at
to,
all.
huh?
No.
Ah, then realize. I mean, be more busy with self-investigation. Anyway, the other things, you know, it has its own intelligence, all this appearance. What do you think? The self is non-intelligent? It's the expression of what is, no? Don't worry too much with things. Or do it, but it's not the self-inquiry. Self-inquiry is, okay, you dedicate a moment to be freed finally from the tyranny of your mind. So you have here to, even if it is not really like that, but you have to make a decision to first I realize, and then the rest, you know, the rest follows, not the contrary.
Okay. Into that direction, I've seen that I'm getting more like.
In which direction? I have to understand
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
First, let me fix my samsara, and then I'll go to that. It will not happen, you will die before. So, Shanti, do you know what was meant through satsang? Do you know what's going on in satsang? What does it indicate?
That we are not this body and not this mind.
So, keep quiet then. This body and this mind will still travel, but I am not this body and this mind. And sometimes we'll still weep, and sometimes we'll still laugh. That is depression. I'm not it. Or that is included in me. That's it. But it's very precious. And even if you have the impression, oh, I forgot it, you never forgot it. It's an impression. I have the impression I lost. I have the impression. So it was an impression. It's all in the creation. The play of the creation is to remember and to forget. It's not the real thing. I will not confuse myself with an impression. So, yeah.
So I am dead, and there is.
There is I am too much, huh? You know that.
There is I am too much. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I am dead.
There is I am too much.
I'm dead? No. Dead? So I just see it's also I too much out. There is I don't know now.
The mind. Exactly.
Yeah,
Busy with the mind.
yeah, but I just say how it was before.
Before, so it's not like this now?
I could cry now. No, but I just saw so that I am dead and there is the rest is history. I am free of that, and it appears, and it's all okay what appears, and then I.
Yeah, but listen,
Yeah.
you, for some reason, you have to be struck by I am that. It cannot be simply a knowledge. Okay, now you believe in it, but that will not do. You have to be, at this I don't know how, but you have to be, wow.
It was more a realization that okay, so I am really free of this, and this is just the history or what the body mind, the duality, and what I am is beside of this, is free of all of this. That's
And where do you put all this?
where I put all this.
Yeah.
Where should I put this? No, it just appeared,
Okay.
and next time it's different. Next time I will be fucked in,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't change something.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was cool to realize that. So yeah, so what Ganga says is really, yeah, like that. I just wanted to share this.
We have a good laughter.
Okay. But it was not so helpful then. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
We have a good laughter.
Yes.
Why should we laugh? It was not so funny after all. We laugh because the mind, the mind will be helpless in this matter. And it is sin, no?
Yeah.
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 Mm.
So to give it in words, then it's just, then it's mind again, and then it's an experience, and or.
Why should you know?
Hmm?
Why should you know? You still give importance to the mind if you want to know.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Mm. It's clear? Clear enough?
Thank you.
Who wants the micro?
Nobody.
Who needs it?
you.